YouTube, what's happening? It is Saturday, August 24th, and as you can see, we got a full slate of baseball to talk about today like usual. It's Saturday, everybody plays usually, so you can see yesterday, 10-6, it was a great day, plus 6.82 units, mainly because the money line, the chalkiest money line parlay I could think of, actually hit yesterday. Who would have thunk the Yankees and Dodgers? Dodgers with the Ohtani walk-off? Amazing. I fell asleep. It was 3-0 Tampa when I passed out. Woke up to Twitter just blowing up with Ohtani walk-off. Like, all right, great way to wake up. So, beautiful start to the day so far. Overall, back up to 56.24 units on the season. Love that. We will take that every day. And if I could shout out a couple things real quick. Over here on the video from yesterday, somebody popped in there, so I had to come back and tell you they had a 10-legger with the information from yesterday. What? Okay, I don't even put on my own plays in 10 legs, but hey, hey, awesome. I love when people can hit based on the information I give you. That's great. We love to see that. Also, since we're here, shameless little quick plug. College football video's up. It's up there. Football today. There, check it out. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's going to be a great day. We got football, we got baseball. Hell, there's UFC later. I still haven't made a UFC video. I need to get around to doing that. But there's sports galore. We're getting that time of the year where there's sports just nonstop. And this is my favorite time of the season. So, we're here. So drop a like, subscribe. We got 15 games. Let's jump to that first game right now. All right, first up, we got Colorado in New York. New York won yesterday. They are again 270. I took them 275 yesterday when I made the video, but I think they were like 350 by the time first pitch happened. Over the course of like 8 hours, they just got inflated with all those Friday paychecks coming in. So, hey, whatever. Take it. Win's a win. 9 is the total. Let's look a little closer at the weather. Winds blowing straight out 4 miles an hour. Pretty good day overall. Can't complain. Let's pop here. 49% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Both teams on a 3-game streak, just in different directions. 1.3 and a $1.70 for Colorado in the last 3. That's 29th and 28th. That ain't good. That's terrible. Ugh. Yankees 5.7, 227. That's 5th and 19th. So you got to give the advantage to the Yanks once again. And strikeouts, they're both middle of 10, so no big deal. Pitching, we got some new ones. Well, not new, but not as familiar with some people. Blaylock's going out there for Colorado. 6-1 last game against San Diego. 6-3 against Arizona. Dare I say, Colorado has a good starting pitcher all of a sudden. What? I mean, hey, good job. Warren's going out there for New York. 7-2. 888 against the Angels. I mean, not the best. 7-2 against the White Sox. It's the White Sox. I mean, I would lean Blaylock for Colorado over Warren, just saying, because he's had 3 starts. They were not good. Blaylock's had 2 starts and I would lean Colorado here. So Colorado pitching, which is weird to say out loud, but hey, New York bats. Let's pop to the props, see if anything stands out. Neither one has faced anybody. So Yankees versus righties. They're pretty good against righties. A lot of green, especially Judge. Judge is 341 because Judge is just inhuman. Who is he? No, he's not a real person. He's fake. It can't be real. And Soto's 299. Outside of that, no one else is even close. They're the top 2, obviously. Let's look at some props we get a strikeout prop. That's all we get. So we got 3.5 in strikeouts. There you go. If you like that, have fun. Warren, let's go to this. Colorado versus righties. No one really, I mean, Tovar's 280, but I mean, no, it's all mid 2 and low 2s and high 1s. It's Colorado. They're not that good. We know this. So they actually got some props here though. So we got hits at 4.5. Strikeouts at 6.5. Whoa, why is it at 6.5? That seems, I mean, I know it's 6.65 so far, but the Yankees aren't Colorado's not striking out that much. It's like the same situation as yesterday. It's like, okay, yeah, 8.5 strikeouts. I'm taking the under. I don't care who you are. You're not Randy Johnson. It ain't happening. So, but 6.5 with this guy. Philly, Angels, and the White Sox. You couldn't strike out more than 7 of them, and you're supposed to strike out 7 from the Colorado. It could happen. I'll leave it alone today. Okay, so it's not 8.5. It's not as crazy. So earned runs 482, walks and outs. Let's go to bats. Hey, bats, what do we got? Doyle, Soto. Soto has a walk in 8 of 10 games. That's crazy. Okay. Toglia Judge 2.5 HRR is hit in 7 out of 10 games. Toglia again. Against this pitcher, I almost like the idea of taking Judge just because. Does he hit a home run? I don't know, but I mean, I can see him easily, you know, getting a double or two singles in a run, or get walked in a run. So I'll take that. I'm gonna take that Judge play for sure. Judge over 2.5 HRR just against his pitcher because, yeah, have fun. Judge might even hit a home run. Great, we love that. So, outside of that, Doyle. I don't want to go too crazy on these. I got one. Now, question: am I putting Yankees in there again? That's a good question. I kind of think I do. I think this is going to be a very chalky weekend. I think this is like the teams that are supposed to win. I think they're going to win. The next series might have upsets, but not this series. Yeah, I'm putting the Yankees in there again. We're taking the Judge 2.5 HRR, typical chalk, and we're just going to head on over to the next game. All right, next up, we got Angels and Blue Jays. Also a fun walk-off yesterday for Toronto. What a way to lose a game for the Angels. Apparently, they lose every day on August 23rd, but hey, that's a way to lose right there. Good job. So we have Toronto minus 165, over unders 8.5. Looking over at the weather, doesn't have to. We're in the dome. Ha, tricked you. Anyways, 54% nerfy based on what they're doing this year. Angels 3-game losing, Toronto 2-game winning. 2.3202 for Angels. That's 27 to 25th. Again, like Colorado, ain't getting it done. Toronto 5.7275. 5th and 8th. It's like the Yankees. Today, we lean Toronto. I didn't take them yesterday. Maybe I should have put them in parlay, but I'm trying not to make the parlay too big, but we'll see. Strikeouts, Toronto's on striking out. Angels are at 20th, so let's look at some pitchers. We got Bowden Francis going out there, going for Toronto, and pitched an absolute gem against the Cubs, and a gem against the Angels of all teams last time. So, 8 strikeouts. You can see what he's done. He's been pretty good. Can't complain. So Carson Fulmer's going out there for the Angels. And I mean, outside of that game, these aren't bad games. 2 runs. I mean, that's better than average. So hey, cool. All right. But he got robbed by Toronto in this one game, so that's what matters. It was only 3 innings. So you gotta lean Toronto again on pitching and batting. So most likely Toronto's going the money line today. Let's look at the props. Let's look at some history. See what we got. We're on Carson. We'll start with Carson. Oh, we got a home run for Horowitz. So Vladdy's got a bomb. No one else really has anything against righties. Same story as yesterday. Every one of the teams pretty much good against righties. Vladdy's better against lefties, but he's still 314 versus righties. He doesn't play. And Varsho just for some reason struggles against righties. That's funny. So let's look at the bats first. Let's see who it is. Ernie Clement. What kind of 1940s ass name is that? Okay, that's the first thing I thought of. Oh, let's see. Wait, you play for Toronto. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute. Okay. How do you do or anything else? Wrong team. I have a look at the right team. You're 276 with a .72 in a whole season against righties, and you're 1 for 2 against them. So I'm not going to take you. Sorry, buddy. Let's look at props. Hits 4.5. Toronto's bats are still pretty hot, so this might be a move. Typically, when the batters and pitchers face each other for the second time, the batters have a slight advantage because they've seen the pitcher, they've seen the motion, they've seen the pitches, they've seen how the ball comes out of the hand. It's things like that that matter, and they just faced them literally 11 days ago, so that it'll still be in the memory. Now, if you faced them 3 months ago, you're not going to remember those things, but 11 days, yeah, these batters are going to remember this stuff. So 4.5 hits, I'm going to take that. All that's talking to take that. So we're going to go Fulmer over 4.5 hits allowed. Now, if he comes out though as a gem, hey, good job. I'll clap for you. Take my unit. I don't care. But stats are saying no. So we're going to do that. So let's pop on over to Mr. Bowden, see what he's got popping over here. A lot of red. Now, given this was all the same game. So, but Moniak did get a home run. So against righties, the Angels are kind of like the Rockies, just not that good. It's the same team. They're just wearing different jerseys. So, hits, strikeouts for Bowden, 787. You had 8 against them. How did the Angels actually strike out? Typically, they're in the 20s, so that might be a play. It's plus 130. It might be a good play. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I got to do it. Francis over 5.5. Is it 5.5? Yes, 5.5 Ks. That's plus 130. What's the alt line for 4.5? It's at 160. So if you feel like being safer, you can definitely get some 160 out the books. You can do these two if you want. So I did it last week and I regret it. I'm going to gamble a little here. I'm going to keep it on that 5.5 for that expected EV value. It should be 106, but I'm getting it 130 here because DraftKings has it, the offshores have it because they copied the big books. That's what they do. If you know anything about the offshores, they just straight copy them. Sometimes they try to set them, but yeah. So yeah, we'll take that for sure because he's been balling out. So looking at the bats, we didn't look at the rest of his props. Hold on. I mean, we can look at earn runs. 2.5 under might be a play if you like that. Under walks if you want to. It's a 151 you could do. Outs, he's going up. I don't know. Bats, we already saw Ernie Clemency only one. No one else is in 60s. We don't like that. So we're going to take Fulmer over 4.5 hits loud, Francis over 5.5 Ks loud, and we're going to put Toronto in the money line parlay today and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Houston and Baltimore. This is just a weird series the way it's been going. So it's a pass unless something stands out here. So it's pretty much a pick 'em, 8.5. Weather, no worries. Nice weather, good deal. 49% nervy based on what they've done this year. Let's see, 4.0, 255 for Houston. That's 16th and 14th. Baltimore, 3.3 and 151. That's 21 to 29. But they do have that big uptick from yesterday of 7 runs and 235. It's only one game, but it is the start of a breakout. If you're down and pop up, that for trending purposes, that's a big deal. So, yeah, that's you want consistency in trends. You want steady, kind of like Houston steady. We see what they can do, but it's yeah. All right, let's go to pitchers, see if anything stands out. Let's see. He balled out against Chicago, balled out against Tampa, balled out against Texas. Yeah, he's been good this month. Obviously, Suarez, what you got for us, buddy? I mean, yeah, we got 2 pitchers that balled out the past 3 games. Okay. Yeah, let's go props. I mean, this is just a weird. This is funny. It's just a good matchup. That's all it is. It's really good. We're on Suarez. Suarez history. Altuve's got a home run. Not much about anything else against righties. Houston is fairly good. Diaz is over 300. You don't play. You're okay. Let's see. Props. Hits, strikeouts, earned runs. Strikeouts are up last 3. It's pretty good. During his 3-game domination. And outs have gone up. See, there's no consistency in any of that. I'm not, even though he gave nothing, he still gave 7 hits. That's a little concerning. So, let's look at his counterparts. Mr. Valdez history. Let's see what we got here. Mountcastle's 417 with a home run. Adley's a home run in 400 in the history, and Santander's a home run in 364. Okay, so we might have some props. Nope, because they're all down here in the 50 range, and I don't want to take that. We have Diaz, Peñas, and Bregman, and they didn't pop up at all in the other one. So, all right, we'll leave them off. No problem. If you want to take these, by all means, they're not doing great the last few games, but they have a good career history versus Valdez. And against lefties, well, Santander's 234. I would leave them off anyways. Mountcastle's 290. That's pretty decent. Adley's 343 against lefties all year, so he just loves lefties all around. So, and Adley, if I look, where is he? Adley is way down here, 40%. See, that's too low for me. 60 is an exception. 70 is a go. Anything else is a no. So, I don't like the bats. Let's look at his props real quick. See if I like any of these. It's pretty consistent, but I'm not. Why is it 5.5? Of course, I took the 5 here, and this was his 8.2 innings, and he still couldn't strike him out. So, and this is against Baltimore, who was striking out a good bit. I head-to-head 3-7, both last year. First time seeing them. You know what? I'm gonna take it. I thought I was gonna pass entirely, but I found something I like. Okay, we're gonna take Valdez over 5.5 Ks. I like it because he has been just. Yeah, he's doing work here. Magic with that ball recently. So hits. I mean, he's gotten better. Earn runs, walks. Yeah, nothing else. So for me, I'm not going to take a side or a total. I'm going to take Valdez over 5.5 strikeouts, and we're going to bounce on to the next one. Okay, next up, Milwaukee and Oakland, and it's Milwaukee's slight favorite. 8 is your total. Looking over at the weather, we see that it is going to be pretty good. Slight chance of rain. Wind blowing out at 9. That might be helpful. We can see 54% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 5.7, 264 for Milwaukee. That's 5th and 12th in the last 3, including yesterday. Exploded for 11 runs on a 359 batting. So that trend line is just woo. Oakland 2.7, 211. That's 24th and 21st in the last 3. They're at least being consistent. We like consistency. We know what you're going to do. These big jumps aren't good for trend betting. So, yeah, so let's look at some pitchers. Colin Ray is going out there for Milwaukee and had a gem against Cleveland last time. Had the opposite of it, had the dirt against Dodgers and a gem against the Braves. So, I mean, 2 out of 3 gems with 1 very bad game in there. So we'll see what he does today. Joe Boyle is going out there, and he pitched a gem against Tampa last time, 6 innings. Didn't do well against the Mets, so, and before that he was in May, so we don't count. So, yeah, he had a good and a bad game. So interesting on the pitching side. Let's pop over here. That was consistent. Okay, we'll get back to that. I don't want Bull. I want Ray. No history. Let's see. Oakland versus righties. I mean, Rooker keeps dropping. And 266 is your next highest. That's not too good. Those aren't impressive. That doesn't worry me. Outs has gone up for Colin. 194. I'm not paying that much for it. Sorry. I don't. Yeah, profit's profit, but I need no strikeouts. He's up and down. Hits. 10 hits. Ooh. Earned runs very up and down. It's either nothing or 7. That's what it is. It's either are you going to score a touchdown or not? That's what you're going to do. So walks. Yeah, he's been great. 3, even the bad game. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at Boyle. See if anything stands out. Look at Boyle's history. There is none. Milwaukee versus righties. Milwaukee is one of those teams that are just good on both sides of the plate. 274. Even the red ones are good. So the worst one's Bowers at 195. Everyone else is pretty good. Outs, 14.5. I mean, come on. Some games he doesn't even get the double digits. Ooh. Strikeout. I need 2024. There we go. Just the whole season. 6 hits. He's only pitched in really 2 games in the past 2 months, so I can't really count any of these older props. But I mean, guess you can. He throws a lot of walks. I mean, oh, that's juicy. That's some juicy. Okay. And look at the bats. Ain't nobody in the green, and there's only some 60s, but I mean, nobody had a history that stands out to match it up. So, all right. Looking at this, you can see how this is going. I don't like anything. I don't like the sides. I leave Milwaukee on the side because they had to pop, but pitchers are both good, it looks like. Props are just no all around. So to me, I'm going to play it safe. We're just going to pass on this one completely and move on to the next game. Next up, Arizona and Boston. It's a pick 'em. It's 9.5. Here's some weather to stare at. There you go. Looking good. Looking great. 42% Nerfy based on what they've done. Arizona's on a 4-game winning streak, but it helps when you got number 1 in offense, scoring 8.3 runs a game, including 12 yesterday. You batted 400 yesterday, which brought you up to 302 for the last 3 games, which is 4th. There were 3 teams batting better than them, and they're at 302 right now. That's fun. Boston is at 4 runs, 218 at 16th to 20th. So you got to lean the snakes right now when it comes to the bats. And Boston's getting back in that where they strike out a bunch range too. So pitchers, Gallen's going out there. Let's see what Gallen's up to. I mean, he gives up some runs last couple times. He hasn't faced Boston recently. Cutter's going out there, and Cutter has been not good. I mean, yeah. What's the over-under? Is it 9.5? I think I like that. Just right off the bat. Right off the jump, it sounds good. So let's look at props, see if we got anything else, because it looks like both pitchers can give up runs. We know Boston can get some runs occasionally, and the Diamondbacks are on fire. So, yeah. Gallen, let's look at your history. Nothing. Okay, cool. Boston versus righties. Boston's one of those teams, just like Arizona. They're good on both sides of the plate. You really ain't got to look too much into it. You got to have some 300s, some high mid 2s. So, speaking of that, Let's go strikeouts because it's Boston. You're striking out. You're not a big strikeout dude though, so I don't really want to take a non-strikeout dude versus a strikeout team. I don't want to do that. Now, if he was a strikeout dude, yeah, I would take it all day. But I'll pass on it. Earn runs is see he has a potential to blow up, which is what I'm hoping happens today. I think Boston can get to him a little bit because he's shown he can give it up a little bit. So all right, let's pop over here to Cutter. A lot of green about to be on the screen. Oh, no. Okay. Only 1 for 6. 1 for 6. Okay. Against righties. Like I just said, Arizona's good. They're going to have a 300 with a bunch of high to mid twos. Pretty common. Outs, very consistent, but a little dips are worrying. Strikeouts. Hits. Earn runs. There it is. There's the green ladders I was looking for. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. You have good control. You just give up runs. Okay, cool. Bats. Let's see. We got some greens. Okay. Anyone that we really want to rock with. I rocked with Jock yesterday. It didn't work out for me too well. He didn't hit nothing. It's got to be a Diamondback against Cutter. So let's go back to Cutter and let's look at his verse history. There's nothing stands out there. Season. Who has the best season so far? Jock again. Maybe Del Castillo. Are you on here? Oh, you are on here, Del Castillo. Interesting. I might take you. You're a fun one. Just a fun, like, who? Yeah. All right, yeah. That's, you know what? We're going to roll it. You're going to be like, who is that? I'm like, exactly. Del Castillo over 1.5 HR. We're also going to take that over 9.5 like I was talking about. So now when it comes to the side, I lean Arizona, but I'm not going to take Arizona. I'm going to not put them in this just in case it comes a shootout. And when you get a shootout, who knows what can happen. So Del Castillo over 1.5 HRR. That's a fun one. And over 9.5 next game. All right, let's move on. Chicago and Miami. Cubs are pretty moderate favorites. 6.5 is your total. It's in Miami, not Chicago, so that's a fun one. Let's look at the weather. It's going to be in a dome because it's Miami. So let's look at this. 59% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Miami's in a 4-game loser. 6 runs, 271 for Chicago. That's 4th and 10th in the last 3. Miami, 4 runs, 274. That's 16th and 9th. So slight advantage to the Cubbies when it comes to the bats in this one. Miami's only striking out middle at 8.3. Chicago doesn't strike out that much recently, so pretty good for them. Shoda's going out there. You can see what he's done. Let's look at his history. I mean, this game was kind of bad, but these aren't bad games. That was kind of bad. He's kind of up and down recently, but he's still... Even his strikeouts are kind of down too. That ain't good. Belozo's going out there. Belozo had 2 great games here. And this was, even still, that's pretty good. 7-2. Yeah, you have a home run, but hell, that's still pretty good. These aren't bad games. So, based on the last 4 games, don't hate me. Belozo's better. Just in the 4 games, not for the whole season. So, I mean, yeah. So, I would lean Miami pitching slightly. Just because Shota's had, you know, a couple more worse games. Okay, cool. Moving on. Let's look at Belozo. History, nothing. Cubbies versus righties. Oh, that's a lot of ketchup on that screen. Okay, 246, 275. That's the best numbers you're going to get. Nasty. Moving on. Let's see. Hits, 4.5. Cubs don't hit well against righties, apparently. So you can see strikeouts. Cubs aren't striking out much. I don't want to take that. I don't want to take that. And then once I that, I mean, that's consistent, but I don't like that. So let's go to Shota. What you got for us, buddy? I like Shota. I want him to be great. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Against lefties. I mean, they're not great, but 3-4. I mean, he's probably out. He left the game early yesterday because it was sore back. I don't know if he's playing today. As recording, there's been nothing said, so there won't be nothing said closer to game time, obviously. But yeah, you can see. So let's see. Hits 5.5 for him. I mean, he's gotten rocked sometimes. Now with St. Louis, now with the Mets. Strikeouts 6.5. You faced him earlier on April 20th, got 5. Whole season, you've gone over 48% of the time. That's not good enough. That's not. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy in my stomach about that one. So, yeah. Oh, look, walks are pretty good. Whole season, you've walked over 1.5. That's some over. Yeah, unders what, 210? 234? Haha, I don't think so. No, no, no. Let's go to bats. Fortes and Bride. So let's go back to Shoto. Let's go back to the matchup. Let's pop over here. Nothing there. We want Bride, 244, and who was it? Fortes. Fortes is 197. So yeah, no props in this one. I don't have a side. I said Chicago and the bats, I lean a little bit, but I also kind of lean Miami's pitcher this one. So yeah, they kind of cancel out. So I don't like anything. We're just going to pass, move on to the next one. All right, next up, we got the Giants and the Mariners. It is a pick 'em with another 6.5 line. It's in a dome. It's in Seattle. Bats 63% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Nerfy is in play, especially with these two pitchers. 3.7, 210 for San Fran. That's 20th and 22nd. Seattle 4.3, 248 is 14th and 16th. San Fran striking out last. They struck out 18 times yesterday. 18 times. 13 in the last 3, 12 in the last week. They lead the majors in strikeouts. Seattle striking out a good bit too. Not as much though. Pitchers, we have. I mean, is it too? Did he wait too long to become Cy Young? I mean, come on. Let's say. I mean, dude's been a beast. I mean, it's mainly strikeouts. Why? But I joke, I kid, of course. But Blake Snell's a beast. We know this. So, Kirby, your last game was 2 games ago. Was not good. 12 hits, 6 earned. It bounced back a little bit. 4-2. Not bad against Pitt. So okay. I'm still leading the Nerfy in this one with these two pitchers because Kirby's not bad. And Snell is pretty good. So let's pop over here to the props. Let's see what we got. Let's start with Snell since he popped up first. Okay. No problem. History, no home runs. Turner's got a terrible average. These aren't bad, but not much info. Against lefties, I mean, he's not your traditional lefty. So you got to take these numbers with a grain of salt, and they're not good anyway. So yeah, hits. 3.5 hits allowed. Come on. That's that 3.5. What's the strikeout? 7.5? 8.5. I mean, yesterday I laughed at this number because it was Rodon, but this is Snell against Seattle. I mean, come on. He might strike out 15 today. So, I mean, how is Seattle doing? Yeah, they struck out 14 times yesterday. This sounds crazy. I'm doing it. I don't care. I like Snell over 8.5 strikeouts. That's ridiculous. I'm doing it. I don't care. It is Seattle. They're the worst team strikeouts this year. Yeah. Oh, okay. I can't believe I'm taking an 8.5 strikeout prop after joking so hard on it earlier and at the start of this video. Yeah. Sometimes you come around. So I did. There you go. Getting better on the it's a nice little upward trend. Okay. As long as he doesn't get rocked, he's going to be good. Okay. Let's pop over here. Look at Kirby. Ooh, consistency. Kirby history. Nothing against righties. A whole lot of red. We love to see that for Nerfies. We love to see that. So strike outs are really consistent and it falls off. Comes back up though. Little dip. Little speed bump, if you will. Little pothole. Strikeouts. San Fran's striking out a bunch too. Like they're 30th. They're striking out a ton. Have you faced head to head? You only go over 38% of the time. That seems like a lot for you though. You've gone 7 to the last 5 times. I'm gonna leave yours alone because 6.5. It was 5.5. I would take it, but 6.5. I'm a little worried. So even though San Fran's the worst at strikeouts, it worries me a little bit. I say that, then nope. I'm doing it. Nope. Over 6.5 Ks. It's going to be a strikeout K. I'm probably taking the Nerfy as well. Oh, this is a pitcher dream matchup to me. I don't know why. It just is. So let's look at bats. I feel sorry for all of you on this screen right now because of what you're about to go through today. Polanco's at 90. Anger Ramos Turner. Yeah, I don't even care. I'm not even looking at these. So we are going to Nerfy, Snell Ks, Kirby Ks. That's it in this one. You can see the numbers, what they are, what they do. I think Snell shuts down Seattle. I think Kirby can strike out. I mean, look at the number, the 30th. They're terrible. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take a side, and we're going to head on to the next game. All right, next up, Cincy and Pitt. It's a pick 'em with an 8.5 total. Looking over at the weather, we can see it's pretty nice outside. No wind to worry about. Cool. 57% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Both teams on a 2-game streak. Just one's going the wrong way. 5.3, 253. That's 9th and 15th for Cincy in the last 3 games. Pittsburgh, 4.3, 237. That's 14 to 17. They're about equal. I don't see an advantage either way. The trend lines are about the same. Nothing stands out. They're both striking out two of the worst 3 or 4 teams in the majors. Yeah, they're about the same team right now. So let's look at the pitchers. We got Jake Woodford going out there. Got rocked against Seattle last time. Decent against San Diego twice. And then, I mean, look at the innings. They're slowly, I mean, he's a starter who might go 3 innings and might go 6. We don't know. That makes props very hard. And then Julian Aguilar is a starter, apparently, 4 innings in the only game he's pitched. So this is a fun game to cap because we don't know what the hell's going to happen with pitchers. So props it is. Both of them only have strikeouts. Yeah, 3.5 for you and 3.5 for you. They both have 3.5. Okay. Let's look at their history, see if anything could show up. You got some history, Woodford. Let's go to Aguilar first since we're on him. Aguilar has no history. Pittsburgh versus righties. I mean, he's good. Cruz is good. And Reynolds is good. Everybody else is kind of eh. Okay. And we look at Woodford's numbers. We actually got some stats. Not much, but we got some. And Cincy versus righties, a lot of red, but we got like 291 for Rosario. Not bad. No one else is really, besides Cruz. So, Dela Cruz is there. So, okay. Look at the bats. Stevenson, he did great yesterday. How is Stevenson versus Woodford history? Will he do it again, though, is a question. He's 0 for 2, and against righties, he's 249. So, yeah, I'm going to leave him off today. So, I'm not going to mess with that. So, this is a quick one. This is easy. I don't see an advantage in anything between pitching or bats. There's no props to work with. So, this game is just completely a pass. There's other things to bet on. Next game. All right, next up, Texas, Cleveland. Cleveland, slight favorite, 9.5 total. It is in Cleveland, so let's look at the weather. I gotta scroll down. There it is, pretty good. 4 miles in, nothing to worry about. 46.6% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Cleveland, 3-game losing streak. Texas, 2-game winning streak. 2.0, buck 98, 28th and 27 for Texas, yet they're winning the games. How? I don't know. Cleveland. Oh, that's why. 1.3, buck 33, 29th and 30th. The only way is because the other team's worse than you somehow. These two teams are trash offensively right now. The Nerfy hit yesterday. It was a no sweat Nerfy too. That was a fun one to watch. Let's see. Let's go the pitchers. We got John Gray, who he pitched 4 days ago for 2 innings, so they're going to let him pitch again today. We see how many innings he goes. Probably 2 or 3, maybe 3 innings, I'm guessing. I assume they're going to try to ramp him up a little bit, so slowly, albeit. Lively is going out there for Cincy, and not Cincy. That's all the C's, all Cincy. I mean Cleveland. 5.2, 5.3, 4.4. He gives up some runs. He's not terrible. He's not awesome. He's just serviceable. There you go. So at least you know what you're getting out of him. So props. All I have are Lively. That's all I have. So we can look at his. Can I even look at? Oh, I can look at history. Sweet. He knows no props. Outlier lets me look at history. That's why I like Outlier. Good job, buddies. 333 for Naylor. Hedge is only 227, but that Naylor one's pretty good. Is Naylor over here? No green at all. Okay. Anywho, yeah, you can see these numbers. Cleveland versus righties. They're slowly becoming a team that's pretty good both sides of the plate too. So, okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and then we got to look at Lively's numbers. We didn't look at his. Let's see. Sager is 333 with a home run. Lyle's got a home run. Garcia has a home run against righties. We can see how they've done this year. Texas is the same. Their both teams are struggling hard right now. So, outs, strikeouts, hits, no, earned runs, walks. I don't like any of those. And we saw the bats. The bats are just bleh, terrible. There's only 260%. So everything's 50. There's reds on the screen. Oh, terrible. Disgusting. I mean, do I take another Nerfy? Do I do it? I just typed it, so I must be doing it. And I must be crazy. I must be sick. That's what I'm doing. I'm sick in the head. That's what I'm doing. So we're taking the Nerfy for sure. Why not? Let's ride it again. We'll ride it till it doesn't hit. Boy, I mean, the stats are there. Offense, as you can see. Now, yesterday, yeah, Texas had 5 runs in 270. Sure. And Cleveland had 3 runs in 212. But that just, yeah, okay. Show me. Show me you can score in the first inning. That's all I want to see. If you can do it, I will applaud for you, no problem. So outside of that, I'm not taking anything else. We're going to move to the next game. All right, we got Detroit and Chicago. Detroit's minus 255 because Scooby-Doo's pitching today. It's Scooble Day. I love days like today. 8 is your total. Looking at the weather, it's going to be pretty nice. Chance of strikeouts, I believe, is on the weather report. Wind coming in at 6. Interesting. 55% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Detroit actually has offense too. What? 5 runs, 236. That's 11th and 18th in the last 3. Chicago, not as bad, but still worse. 3 and 206 for 22nd, 24th. Detroit's striking out a ton. Chicago's not, actually. So, yeah, okay. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We got the GOATs pitching today. Tarek Skubal. Mr. Respects Coins going out there. Now, I will say he only had 5 strikeouts in his last game. He did not respect those coins, but he has respected many other coins. So he's allowed a day to not be his best. He's allowed. But today, he shall be his best. He is facing the White Sox. So he has been a beast. Kai Bush is going out there for Chicago, who has only pitched in 3 games. And they're not bad 3 starts. They're pretty decent starts. So, yeah. For people that like unders and things like that, hey, if you're a crazy person, you really want to take Chicago today, hey, there you go. You got a decent pitcher. So let's look at the props. Let's start with Bush since we're talking about him. Boop. Nothing. Against lefties. Ew. 328 for Keith. That's the first thing I saw. 337 for Ibanez. Bats. Anybody over here? Ugh. Another game of just disgustingness. Ooh, okay. Well, that's how they do against lefties. So if you want to look at them, there you go. Let's look at the props. Hits, 4.5. I don't trust Detroit's offense that much. Strikeouts, earned runs, walks. None of us. 7 walks. Damn. That's what? What are these numbers? That's crazy. Over 2.5? I mean, okay. Bush, I didn't think I was taking a walk prop today, but I guess I am. I mean, you give me numbers like this, 7 walks. Damn. All right. Hey, cool with that. I'm okay. All right, let's come over to the man, the myth himself. What do you got for us? Yeah, lots of red, couple of greens, but nothing stands out. We've already looked at bats. None of those look good. None of the averages are, he's at 268. Nothing really looks good. That's what I like to see. Good deal. Strikeouts. Oh, why? He is so consistent around 7 or 8. They put it at 7.5. Of course they do. It's like they know. And Chicago's not striking out much either. Why are you doing this to me? How can you're not gonna let me bet on Scooble, are you? You're not. There's gotta be something I could take. No, I'm not taking a walk. I'm just not doing it. Oh, he's so consistent. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. We can't bet on any of his props. I can't. People are going to bet on strikeouts all day. By all means, you have fun. Everyone's going to be on the park running around with their Scooble tickets. I'm over here holding my Kai Bush over 2.5 walks. It's like, yay. So, yeah, have fun with that. I will, however, put Detroit in the moneyline parlay, so I can root from the side. So, I will take that. Bush 2.5 walks. Next game. All right, next up we got Phillies and Royals, and Phillies are favored in this one. Interesting. 9.5 total. Weather looking pretty good. Wind, it's a very windy day. 13 miles an hour blowing out to the outfield, out to left field. That might matter. Let's see. Casey's 1-2. Philly lost 2. 40% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 3.0202. That's Philly on runs and average 22nd, 25th in the last 3. Casey 5 and 314. That's 11th and 3rd. So Casey has the advantage, obviously, when it comes to the bats. They're number 1 strikeouts at 4.3. Philly's only 17th at 9. They're middle of the pack, so nothing to worry about there. So Casey never strikes out much. You should know this by now. Looking at pitchers, we got Ranger Suarez going out there for the first time since July 22nd. So welcome back, my friend. It's your first game in literally over a month. And before that, you were not good. I mean, you were struggling. Now, What was this contributing to it? I mean, yeah, obviously, probably. So we'll see how he does his first game back. Singer's going out there for KC, had a 6-inning gem against Cincy and got roughed up by Minnesota and Boston before that. So there you go. Let's look at the pitchers, the props, I mean, the pitching props, if you will. Singer, since we're talking about him, a whole lot of nothing there. Let's see. Philly versus righties. Nah, Turner's 289, Bohm's 298. Outside of that, nothing really stands out. Before I jump, let's go to bats. Realmuto's the only one in the green, only one even in close enough because everybody else is 60. He's at 80 still. So you're at 249 for the season against righties, and you've never faced Singer. So I don't like that for you, buddy. I'm sorry. Can't take your hitter prop today. So strikeouts, 4.5 for Singer versus Philly, who was 17th in strikeouts. You've gone over 4.5, 60% of your games this year, including 7 of your last 10. That seems pretty good. That was the White Sox. That was Boston. You only struck out 3 against Boston. That's crazy. That was Tampa. You only struck out 4 Rays. Who are you striking out? Cincy. You should be striking out this, but okay. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm feeling a little iffy. I'm feeling a little queasy thinking about this one. Okay, hits. Ooh, up and down, up and down. Is it? Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Oh no. All right, let's come over here. A Ranger, we're probably going to skip all of his just because he has a pitch of the month, and it's like his first game back, so we don't know what he's really going to do. And lefties, I mean, Bobby Witt's 347. I mean, there's some Furman, Perez, Witt. You can see what they've done. They're all pretty good. So against lefties, strikeouts at 3.5. We don't know how many innings he's going to pitch. That's the only issue. It's like, okay, yeah, he might give up this many hits, but is he going to pitch enough innings to get to that number? That's the question. So this feels like a trap because it's his first game back. So we don't know. He might pitch 3 innings. He might pitch 5. He might pitch 6. We don't know. So the smart thing is to not bet on it. Just watch, see what happens. That next game we can see and have data. So we're going to leave those alone. We looked at Realmuto. We didn't like those. I just don't like why Casey's an underdog. So they're not going into my moneyline parlay. This game feels weird. Does it feel weird to you? It feels weird to me. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think that's a smart thing. Something's off here. I'm missing something and I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to leave it alone. Let's move on to the next game. All right, next up we got St. Louis and Minnesota. Minnesota's a slight to moderate favorite. 7.5 is the total. Weather, maybe a little something to worry about, but we'll see. 52% nerfy based on what they've done this year. St. Louis has won 3 games now. The stats, both offenses are clicking over 3 games. 6.3 versus 5.7. That's third and fifth. 292, 330. That's fifth and first. However, Minnesota fell off a cliff yesterday. 1 run and only batted 161. Meanwhile, St. Louis kept it consistent. So I got to lean St. Louis a little bit on the bats purely based on consistency. So looking over at the pitchers, we got Sonny Gray going out there. And he's been, I mean, average to dare I say maybe a little below average, because since he got him, Washington got him, Atlanta got him. Outside of that, he's given him at least 2. So Pablo's going out there for Minnesota. You can see he had a gem against Texas last game. 6 hits on nothing. 6. Yep. Yeah, you see what he's done. I gotta side with Pablo in this one. So you gotta side with Minnesota. Pitching prop time. Why am I still in this game? No, we have evolved. We have moved on. Now we're at Sonny Gray. Now we're at Pablo. There we go. Perfect. Let's do Pablo first, since he popped up first. Pablo history. Goldie is a home run in 12 at bats, but only 250. 333 for Arenado, over 15 at bats, but nothing to really show for it. So a lot of singles. Not really impressive on any of that. Against righties, Burleson's 300. No one else is really close to anything worth talking about. Hits 5.5. He's gone over the last 3, but strikeouts, he was good for 1 game, and he just kind of tailed off a good bit. Okay, earned runs. No, I want some consistency. Where is the consistency? That's either 5 or 6 innings. It looks like he completes the inning though. 5, 6, or 7. That's what you're gonna get from him. So okay. All right, Gray, what you got for us? All right, Gray. Nothing there. Righties. Minnesota is 338 for Miranda. Every time I see Miranda, I'm shocked, but it's Miranda. And you can see Betty's not on here, is he? Nolan's on here. Okay. No, okay, just like I thought. Okay. Let's see. Nothing's truly standing out here at all. So hits very high up, strikeouts, earned runs, walks. I mean, yeah, he gives up runs, but sometimes it's only two. So I don't. I feel better. What's the total over? I feel better with the over 7.5 in this one more than anything. It just, yeah, 7.5. Two offenses, both top five. Minnesota fell off, but both pitchers have shown they can give runs, especially Sonny Gray. Yeah, that's what we're going to take. We're going to bank on the offenses doing their job. We're going to bank on Sonny Gray giving up like 4 or 5 runs, and Bob will give up like 2 or 3. And maybe the bullpens chip in a few too. So we'll do that. We'll take this over 7.5. Looks pretty nice to me. We'll take that and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, Washington and Atlanta. Atlanta is a pretty heavy favorite at home, but Chris Sale's not pitching today, so 8.5 is the total. Looking at the weather we see, Atlanta, going to be a good day. Can't complain. So here we go. Atlanta's 1-2 now, 51% Nerfy based on what they've done this year, 5.3, 320 for Washington. It's 9th and 2nd. And again, they're not striking out much. They struck out 5 times the entire game yesterday, and that was with Chris Sale pitching. I said it. Yeah, these strikeout numbers, sometimes they matter. So, yeah, they don't strike out much. They're one of those teams. Atlanta, 2.7, 260, or 24th and 13th. So I got to lean Washington in the runs. I mean, the bats. But, I mean, yeah. So, let's look at the pitchers. Today we got Jake Irving going out there for Washington, who has not been the best. Let's be honest. He's not. Yeah. Below average, we'll say that. Charlie Morton's going out there for Atlanta, and his outside of this game and maybe if I'm saying 3 games, you're average at best too. So we got 2 pitchers to give up runs. That's the best way I can put it. Ooh, what's the total? 8.5. Might be a thing. Irvin, let's look at your history, see what you got. Anything stand out? Anybody stand out? No, not really. Braves against righties. Some 100s low. Oh, there's Ozuna's a 303, and no one else is close. Who's on the bats? Garcia Jr., Gallo, and that's it. So it's 2 nationals. Interesting. So nothing there. Let's look at his props. Hits. I mean, he gives up a lot of hits. A lot of hits. But 6.5? I'm not taking 6.5 hits. Are you crazy? I mean, no. Of course, I did take an 8.5K prop earlier, but that's Blake Snell. That's an exception. That's different. Yeah, I don't like any of those. Morton, what you got for us, buddy? Abrams, 2 home runs, 444. Are you one of the people? No, you're not, sadly. Who are the people? It is Garcia and Gallo and Ruiz. Well, Ruiz is 250 and 8 at bats. Gallo is 0 for 14, so we're not taking that. Oh, wow. And Garcia Jr.'s last one. Garcia, there he is. He's 125 and 16 at bats, so we're not taking any of these dudes against Morton. I just can't do it. Righties with 3, yeah, you're 300, but not against Morton. So, Call's 368 and 300. What's Call? Is he close to this? He's falling off too. Great. So no batter props, no Jake Irvin props. Maybe Morton's got some props for us. Hits 4.5. We saw the studs are struggling against him, so there's a reason why this number's 4.5. There's a reason. That's the reason probably. Strikeouts. Washington doesn't strike out. We said this yesterday, and Chris Sale only had 5. Oh, and a lot of people were holding sale tickets yesterday. A lot of people on Twitter held it. I saw it. And there was like an hour straight of people complaining about Chris Sale. It's like, oof. Okay. The bats we saw. I don't like the props. I lean Washington in the bats. I lean neither in the pitching, let's be honest. I kind of want to take over 8.5 in this one. That's what stands out to me. So we're going to go over 8.5. It's Saturday. I take more plays on weekends, if you noticed, because I get to watch every single game if I want to. So yes, love it. Weekdays, I don't tend to watch as every game because it's hard to watch every game weekdays when you got a career on top of doing all this. So yeah, we're going to go Washington, Atlanta over 8.5 and moving on to the next game. All right, 2 games left. Mets and Father. San Diego is a moderate favorite at 150. 7.5 is the total. Looking at the weather, pretty good. 10 miles an hour blowing straight out to the foul pole. So Let's see. A lot of San Diego logos on the screen. We see 53% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 4.0, 267 at 16th and 11th. Average, that's the Mets. There you go. San Diego, 4.7, 283. That's 13th and 7th in the last three. So you got to give San Diego a slight advantage in the bats. Slight. I mean slightest of advantages. Looking at the pitchers, Mr. Peterson's going out there for the Mets today. 6.2, 3.0, 4.1, 6.52. I mean, not bad. Pretty decent, actually, numbers. I would take that. That's a great month. That's a good month right there. King's going out there for San Diego and 4.2, 7.0 with 10 strikeouts, 6.3, 2.2. Again, a good month. So to me, we got two good pitchers. We have two mid to maybe, yeah, two mid offenses, middle to ground, top middle 10 average. So might be a pitcher's duel in this one. So let's look. Let's start with this one over here. That's Peterson. All right. Start with you, buddy. What you got? No home runs, a couple RBIs. Nothing real in the averages. Bogarts is 0 for 11. That's fun to notice. Let's look at the bats, see if who pops up. Lindor, Vientos, Winkler, and Jackson Merrill. Okay, since we're looking at Jackson Merrill on here, there he is. He has never faced him. Against lefties, Jackson Merrill's only batting 213 this year, so we're not looking at Jackson Merrill. Solano's 318. But everyone else is struggling against lefties. Solano, are you on here? I don't see you, and I'm not scrolling for you, so that ain't good. So yeah, San Diego might have some issues today with the bats. Yeah, no money line parlay for you guys. Sorry. Strikeouts, 4.5. San Diego don't strike out. No. It's earn runs, walks, outs. That's trending up, but maybe. That's, I kind of like that, but let's go to Michael King. See what you got for us. Michael King history. Martinez, 182. Who were the three Mets? It was Lindor, Vientos, and Winkler. Okay. Lindor is 0 for 3. Vientos has never faced him, and Winkler is never faced him either. Against righties this year, Lindor is 270. Vientos is 248, and Winkler's 271. Nothing that really stands out. I want like a 300 plus if I'm taking a hitter prop. I want something that really stands out. So nothing is standing out here except probably lean the Mets overall based on history. Okay, outs, very consistent, but nothing I really want to jump on. Not really feeling. I'm not feeling any of those, to be honest. When we saw the bats, I didn't like any of that stuff. So, this feels like a slight lean towards a pitcher matchup versus it. So the under might be in play, but it's only 7.5. I don't like that. I'm not leaning San Diego. You saw how they bat historically versus righties. It just doesn't work out well. So I'm going to pass on this one completely and move on to that last game. Last game, Tampa Dodgers. Dodgers minus 190, 7.5 is the total. Looking over at the weather, we see gonna be another good day. Wind's blowing out at 9. 37% nervy. Dodgers have won 5 in a row. Tampa's lost 2. Tampa 2.7, 208. That's 24th and 23rd in the last 3. Dodgers 7 and 290. That's 2nd and 6th. So you gotta lean Dodgers with the bats just based on this, on the trends, and they're trending up a little bit too, which is nice. Strikeouts, Tampa still bottom 2 or 3 as usual. Dodgers 11th, so they're pretty decent. So pitching, Taj Mahal's going out there. We can see what he's done recently. He has fallen off hard. Has he? 9-5, 8-6, 5-3, 4 for 4. He threw a Wendy's up there one day. Before that, he was just shutting everybody out, throwing snowballs out there to zeros. But now, Taj Mahal needs some maintenance. Clayton Kershaw's going out there now for LA, and you can see he threw a gem against St. Louis last time. 4 hits, only 2 strikeouts though, only 2. But still, hey, 0 runs, that's what matters most. 3-1, 5-1, he's doing what he does. So yeah, LA has the advantage in both the bats and the pitcher. They will most likely be going in the moneyline parlay again. Hopefully I don't need a walk-off grand slam this time. So let's start with Kershey boy here. So there we go. Nothing really stands out historically against lefties. Who's standing out? Let's look at the bats first. Calabero and Lux. Those are both Calabero's a Ray. So let's look. Calabero's right here, 238 on the season against lefties. Never faced him. I don't like that, so we're going to leave that alone. Diaz, Loud, those are pretty good numbers, but you're facing Kershaw, which is not your typical lefty, so have fun. Hits 4.5. I don't know if they hit 4.5. but I don't want to take under. I don't want to take under 4.5 hits. I did that like, I used to do that with Simeon Woods Richardson, and I got burned like 2 times in a row. I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that. So outs is good. He's trending up now, which is good. Okay, cool. Let's look over here at Taj Mahal, see what we got here. Nothing to speak of. Who was the bat we were looking at? Lux. That's right. Lux is 263 against righties. Never faced him. That's not really, that's not a good enough average for me to take a hit or prop. If it was Freeman or Otani, sure, but not, I mean, Lux 263, nah, I'll pass on him, sorry. Outs, it's a wave. Okay, it's cool shape. Let's see, strikeouts are going down hard, trending. Hits, he's been not good recently. Oh, I remember people were joking around, talking about getting Bradley Cy Young tickets here. I know, because I made this same joke. So I never actually did it, thankfully. Thankfully, because I would have lost a unit hard. So there we go. All right, we saw the bats. We see the props. We see the obvious. I'm taking Dodgers money line. That's what I'm doing. I am not going to take anything else, just them in the parlay. I don't want to take a side or a total or a prop, nothing. So just Dodgers money line and call it a day. All right, that's it. 15 games all broken down. Your cup runneth over with plays today, I believe, because I only passed on 5 games, so I gave out some good, I think a good amount of plays, a lot of information. Money line parlay is chalk. I'm talking like Pepto, Tums type chalk. New York Yankees, Toronto, Detroit, and the Dodgers. That's chalky. I don't care who you are. So drink that one. It worked out yesterday. We'll see if it works out today too. If it does, swell. On top of it, hey, drop a like and subscribe. Check out Outlier, because you get to see fun stuff like this. You saw the baseball stuff. There's football going on. You can see all the cool stuff. There's football today. Yeah. Go watch that video on YouTube too. I appreciate that too. So all the support you give me, if you watch the whole video, hey, I appreciate you being here. This has been a fun ride. I love doing this. So on top of that, drop in the comments what you're playing today, because as you know, I tail some of these, and if you do good, you'll get a shout out the next tomorrow on the video. So on top of that, hopefully we all end up green, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.